everyone? Welcome back to another edition of Sports to the Wire. If you're new to the channel, I am your host, as always, Rashid White. All right, let's get into it. You guys see the, or gals, you guys see the title, you see the thumbnail. Avery Johnson, he comes out, he takes offense to whatever, Anthony Edwards is actually saying, and I believe this is a whole continuation on this thing over here. But he actually says that Michael Jordan is, I guess, the best in terms of the whole GOAT debate, and everybody else is actually second. Let's get into this article over here. Now, I love a lot of older people, man. I mean, you can learn a lot, especially if you're into history like myself. You can learn a lot from these people, but a lot of things is that these guys are really kind of stuck in the past. All right, they are stuck in the past. They don't know how to actually, adopt to new things. And they really don't understand that things actually just evolve, man. I can give you hundreds of examples, not just in sports, but like cell phones, cars, the way how homes are actually built today. I mean, everything is just so much better. I can give you so many different examples of that. All right, so it says over here, we can really peel back all the numbers. You can even go with the eye test, but everybody else is a distant second behind Michael Jordan, just a distant second. And there's no disrespect on it, so please do not send me any hate mail. It's my opinion, right? Michael, just for all the different reasons, but when you win 6 championships, you are the MVP of all 6. You never get to a game 7, and all of the defense, first team all NBA MVPs, regular season MVPs, and I think there was another stat that he didn't have as many. It was a revolving door of free agents that he played with, and he did it with one team, and he had to go through the Detroit Pistons, the Boston Celtics, the Lakers, the Phoenix Suns, Clyde Drexlers. Even with that Portland team that could have easily won championships, and Karl Malone and Stockton were Utah, the rules were different. There was a lot more restrictive freedom of movement and physicality. So yeah, it's Michael. All right, so here's what I'm trying to say over here, man. And this is for all the JDRs out there. Nobody's saying that Michael Jordan is trash. All right, I've been saying this on this channel for 3 years. I think I had this channel since 2019 or 2020. And it's not the first time I actually tackled this. And I believe I was the first one to even start this whole thing over here. It's the competition that you actually play, okay? Now, Michael Jordan didn't have the competition that LeBron James actually had, all right? The floor is more space. All right, I've been playing basketball a long time. And it's hard, really hard actually guarding the three-point line, man. It's not easy. All right, it's not easy guarding three-pointers, man. It puts a lot of wear and tear on your body, man. Look at the Boston Celtics as currently constructed right now. You have 5 guys that can shoot threes, 5 guys that can actually get you 30 on any given night in their starting lineup. I mean, that's tough. They didn't have that. And in this whole thing, when it comes to the actual, 90s players can actually play in today's game. Yes, a lot of those stars can actually play, but I'm talking more or less the role players. Now, Jaren Jackson Jr., a role player for the Memphis Grizzlies. I mean, he's a guy that can actually get you 30 points. Role player. Mikal Bridges is another one. Another role player that can get you between 20 and 40. Drew Holiday is another role player. I mean, there's a lot of role players that can actually... Aaron Gordon comes to mind. I mean, another guy. I mean, he can get you between 20 and 30-something points, man, as a role player. A lot of the role players back then were really just one-dimensional guys. They were specialists. You had a three-point shooter, let's say Steve Kerr, and if you run him off the three-point line... ain't nothing much else he can really do, man. But and another thing, Michael Jordan was, it's not like his team was very heavily favored, man. I mean, all 6 of those championships, they were the favorites to actually win a championship, man. There's no denying that. You can actually go look up the numbers if you want. It's not hyperbole. They had the best team. They were like the Golden State Warriors, like when you had Kevin Durant, Steph Curry, and Klay Thompson, Draymond Green. You look at Tony Kukoc. He's a guy, who was ahead of his time. Just think of Ben Simmons with a jump shot. I mean, 6'10", 6'11", can shoot the basketball, can put the ball on the floor. Now, most of the bigs back then were slow, plodding big guys. I mean, they were like, couldn't move their feet, couldn't slide their feet. They couldn't guard that damn three-point line. So let's get back to the whole competition thing. The competition, like, guys like Jaren Jackson Jr., I mean, he's a 7-footer that can jump, that can move his feet, and they will put him on Michael Jordan. I'm not saying that Jaren Jackson Jr. is going to shut down MJ. I mean, MJ's a great player, but he's going to have a tough shooting night. I mean, he's going to have to take a lot of shots just to get 30-something points, man. The players today are more athletic. They're longer. They're faster. I mean, Michael Jordan never had to deal with 7-footers that can actually slide their feet. And you look at a player like Jokic. I mean, Jokic, high basketball IQ, bring the ball up, handles. Only thing that's wrong with Jokic is in terms of his foot speed on defense. I mean, but everything else, man. I mean, Michael Jordan didn't really have to deal with all the stuff that MJ was actually, well, I'm sorry. Yeah, MJ didn't have to actually deal with, all the three-point shooting, the faster players. Like, we had a different champion for the last 5 years or something. It was like a different team. Who knows who's going to actually come out the East even this year? Could be the Knicks. Could be the Philadelphia 76ers. They got to get a couple of things together first. We'll see how that actually plays out. But, I just have so much more to actually say about this over here, man. We can't go by rings because Robert Horry has 7 rings. Who else? Bill Russell has 11 rings. So I don't want to hear rings. Basketball is actually a team sport. All right, it's not an individual sport. You had, Michael Jordan. I mean, he had a great coach, Phil Jackson, great general manager. They had just pretty much had all the best players. Ron Harper, he was a guy that averaged 20 points a game before he joined the Bulls. He took a reduced role. He was like a 6'6" point guard. I mean, I remember back in those days. I'm 46 years old, man. I don't look it, but yeah, man. So I'll wrap this video up over here. If you like the video, definitely like, comment, subscribe. Certainly share this video. And when you share, the universe shares back with you. Peace.